Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, October 29th, at 3:26 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 671 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Marjorie Taylor Greene called Liz Cheney a Karen, and you know what happened next. Bali suitcase killer released from prison. Cardinals undefeated start ends with miscommunication. With latest payout, Arizona sheriff has cost taxpayers $100 First week of November could bring the first snow to some parts of the U.S. Study finds California condors can have virgin births. Speaker kicked out of Florida school board meeting for reading from sexually explicit school library book. Prisoner gives Guantanamo court first account of Central Intelligence Agency abuse. Kenya's President Kenyatta, Africa is at a crossroads. Mom banned as Orange Elementary School volunteer after anonymous letter reveals OnlyFans page. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Printing coupons and eating swans, Korea innovates amid food, economic woes, Reuters. Biden lands in Europe ahead of COP26 climate summit, BBC News. Biden and Macron will meet face-to-face for first time since clash over Australian submarine deal, CNN. Hubble Space Telescope spotted something scary, video, see Tech Daily. Google Calendar, News, and Fi getting new material widgets for Android 12 9.25 Google. Stock future slide following Apple, Amazon results, Fox Business. Kyler Murray, I honestly don't know what happened on Cardinals' disastrous final play versus Packers, USA Today. Facebook changes name to Meta as it refocuses on virtual reality, Reuters. Delta mutation is no reason to panic, but COVID vaccination remains crucial, scientists say, CNBC. Former Blackhawks head coach Joel Quenneville resigns position with Florida Panthers, CNN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Ex-Fox News reporter warns Tucker Carlson's January 6th series is intended to do one thing. Sean Spicer ribs Biden for something Trump did many, many times. Will Ferrell reveals why L2 feed never happened despite $29 million offer. Stephen Colbert reveals the absolute best way to deal with Facebook. Satanists win hell of a fight over school district dress code. You don't have to be creepy about it, Kimmel names Biden's weirdest habit. Ex-Blackhawks official out as Florida coach amid sex assault cover-up. Coup memo attorney now blames Mike Pence for not tossing out election. Geraldo Rivera blasts Tucker Carlson for inflammatory, outrageous January 6th riot denial. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Woman convicted of killing kids granted parole. Country store keeps the past in the present. Two friends murdered on same day in Milwaukee. Families forced to move out of homes. Suspect robs pharmacy at gunpoint. Man accused of giving inappropriate exams. Thieves keep using postal master keys to steal mail. Colorful and decorated condo for sale in WI. Couple transforms home into Harry Potter Halloween destination. Nurses gifted with World Series tickets. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Why this conservative wants a more radical Republican Party. Biden to meet with Pope Francis ahead of G20 summit. An electricity crisis complicates the climate crisis in Europe. Josh Hawley, to solve our supply chain crisis, rethink trade. As the trial in Ahmaud Arbery's killing nears, a community is on edge. Adams vs. Sliva, a guide to New York's mayoral race. Glenn Youngkin was a traditional Republican, then he became a culture warrior. Apple's most back-ordered new product is not what you expect. The metaverse is Mark Zuckerberg's escape hatch. Why was a Black Lives Matter mural at a Brooklyn school destroyed? The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. North Carolina nanny accused of force-feeding child after parents watch video from their business. Babylon Bee editors say they're not as worried about Dave Chappelle as they are other cancel culture victims. Ken Cuccinelli, Youngkin strong showing against McAuliffe in Virginia gubernatorial race is no accident. McAuliffe campaign scrambled to kill Fox News story, emails reveal. Hit biblical drama The Chosen inspires community at Christmas. UTEP campus is scene of police manhunt after McDonald's shooting, at least one shot, 2 arrested. Biden admin barred from firing unvaccinated employees after the judge issues injunction. Texas man held in shooting deaths of sister, her boyfriend. Pundits tout new Biden spending deal, but ephemeral agreement quickly collapses. Louisiana mom loses daughter, 9, in alleged DUI crash, rips suspect online, "You destroyed our family." You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, October 29th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Brexit hating attack dog and hard, left fisherman's daughter leading fishing war with Britain. Biden will meet with Boris Johnson, Emmanuel Macron and Angela Merkel on Iran at G20. UK weather, 2 bridges wash away as Scottish river bursts banks. Chancellor unleashes first wave of cash for PM's leveling up. U.S. senators round on Facebook after Zuckerberg changes its name to Meta as it is branded cancer. Fewer than 20% of 12-15-year-olds in England have had their first COVID vaccine, data shows. Mother whose daughter inherited her severe sun allergy is bullied by religious groups online. Pippa Middleton jetted off to join husband James Matthews in Texas for the U.S. Grand Prix. Eco-mob block M25 in Essex, insulate Britain stage 16th protest. Ex-Facebook Vice President Lord Allen says name change to Meta is not due to whistleblower scandal. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. The G20 becomes the showpiece for a dysfunctional global order. President Biden arrived to meet Pope Francis at the Vatican, bringing together the world's 2 most powerful Catholics. Sudan coup leader says will appoint new premier within week. He mocked a disabled boy in a comedy bit. Was it discrimination? Canada Supreme Court will decide. Russia marks another daily deaths record as infections soar. Woman now thought to be Afghanistan's last to flee country. Philippine forces kill wanted Muslim militant leader. Explainer, what's so big about the G20 besides economies? Police searched a beer truck and found some $200 million worth of drugs, in Asia's largest ever meth bust. In China, 300 coronavirus cases means public shaming, maroon travelers and a nationwide dragnet. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. COVID news live, Wales to announce new restrictions. Gordon Brown demands faster unused vaccine distribution from G20. Texas shocked by killing of Muslim motorist who pulled into man's driveway. Holy bikini-clad Batwoman, archive saves Mexico's scorned popular films. War on the Diamond, the day Major League Baseball turned deadly. Global activists gather at Rome G20 to demand tougher action on China. Why the world is getting hotter and how you can help. Video explainer. Franz Kafka drawings reveal sunny side to bleak bohemian novelist. My Nigeria, 5 writers and artists reflect on the place they call home. You be the judge. Should my boyfriend tell me how to drive? Streaming's dirty secret, how viewing Netflix top 10 creates a vast quantity of CO2. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. U.S. in talks to compensate families separated at border. Joe Biden, second Catholic president, to meet Pope Francis amid U.S. bishop's criticism. U.S. woman in Bali suitcase murder freed from jail. Watch, herd of bison crosses bridge in Yellowstone National Park. Watch, spectacular drone footage reveals close-up view of La Palma volcano. Department of Justice reaches settlements with victims' families in 2015 Charleston church shooting. Robert Durst transfer to prison medical facility. Jupiter's monster storm not just wide but surprisingly deep. Starbucks workers will vote on union at 3 Buffalo stores. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Camera of fire, jail terms for bosses over Russian wall disaster. Why China's climate policy matters to us all. Biden lands in Europe ahead of COP26 climate summit. Squid Game cryptocurrency rockets in first few days of trading. Heather Mack, Bali suitcase murder accomplice released early. Is Hong Kong's label as Asia's financial capital at risk? Palestinians unveil huge mosaic in West Bank desert castle. Pope urges radical climate response in exclusive BBC message. Gordon Brown calls for richer countries to airlift surplus COVID vaccines. Arnold Schwarzenegger calls leaders liars over climate. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Massive California burn scar evaluated from air. That's pure myth. Experts debunk the tale that black cats face more danger at Halloween. AP Top Stories October 29th. As Biden vaccine mandates loom, protests for personal freedom swell. What happens next? Ryan Reynolds, the goal is to take Wrexham to the Premier League. Florida challenges Biden administration with lawsuit over vaccine rules, COVID-19 updates. Something that will always live with me, Derek Chauvin jurors share how the trial has impacted their lives. NJ Memorial grows as global COVID-19 deaths top 5M. Tight VA Gov race may hold clues for 2022 midterms. Blake family plans to be active during Rittenhouse trial. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Column, the sexually violent predator next door. Report of person with gun led to LAX terminal evacuation, grounding of air traffic. San Jose police officer accused of punching a woman is charged with assault. Low-income seniors essentially trapped in Chinatown building as owner is charged for inoperable elevators. California lawmakers call for changes after Orange County oil spill. The state is offering cash for earthquake retrofits. Here's how to apply. Police surround home in Cypress Park as residents shelter in place. Real Housewives star Dorit Kemsley robbed of bags, jewelry at Encino home, Los Angeles Police Department says. Remains found in Yucca Valley identified as New Jersey woman missing since summer. How did California's recent bomb cyclones compare with the big blow of 1962? We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, October 29th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. ABBA, Julio Iglesias, 2 Beatles, and dozens of other stars use the Netherlands to avoid paying taxes. For first time in public, a detainee describes torture at CIA black sites. Canada's grocery chain stocked with tomato products connected to Chinese forced labor. Supermarket pulls product, Italian supplier to stop using Xinjiang tomatoes after marketplace investigation. Irish EPA blasts the dairy industry for failing to have a reasonable climate plan in place. It's not sustainable to continue to expand. Man in Germany goes on trial for castrating 8 men on his kitchen table. Swiss government moves closer to legalizing cannabis. Violence targeting indigenous people surges 61% in Brazil. Human species who lived 500,000 years ago named as Homo bodonsis. Syrian refugees deported from Turkey for provocative banana eating. Pakistan's federal Sharia court rule that setting minimum age for marriage is not against Islam. Navy not sure what USS Connecticut struck in the South China Sea. Beijing accuses US of cover-up. Chevron wins case to jail lawyer. World China reports 3 more human cases of H5N6 bird flu. Brazil's greenhouse gas emissions rose by 9.5% last year, mostly because of deforestation, a report said Thursday, making it one of the only major economies not to cut pollution as the pandemic hit. The next headlines are from Forbes. Evergrande averts default again, but more interest payments are on the horizon. No major U.S. port has grown like Savannah over last 2 decades. Diversity and representation in retail. Why the products we see matter. Serena Wiegman urges England fans to become the team's 12th woman. Hotel tycoon Ong Beng Seng, Temasek units offered to buy Singapore press and deal valued at $2.5 billion. Bids near $800,000 for airport auction of Japanese Yamazaki 55 whiskey. Fubo Q3 earnings. If we see a beat, the market will have to relent. Minnesota Vikings face major test versus Cowboys. Prescott status uncertain. The good, bad and ugly from the Green Bay Packers' stunning win over the Arizona Cardinals. Broadway's biggest licensing company could be put up for sale. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Scientists' fears of racial bias surge amid U.S. crackdown on China ties. The search for people who never get COVID. Iran 2 controls the nuclear import of proteasomes invertebrates. Cassini aims to make online seminars more findable and citable. Daily briefing. Physicists fail to find elusive sterile neutrinos. UK research funding to grow slower than hoped. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,741,065,441 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Paranormal Activity, next of kin review, this time it's Amish. Walter presents to launch on Scandinavian streamer Seymour. The Peacock's Paradise review, family melodramatics land as heavily as a flightless bird plummeting from a balcony. Lod Bubble Group's Lod Studios hires Vice Media's Claire Priestley as head of production exclusive. Golden Voices, Russian expats in Israel put their vocal talents to unexpected use. Foo Fighters warm up for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction with Cleveland Club show. Heart of Champions review, college rowing drama treads familiar water. AD allergies Fox Corporation, not to air Tucker Carlson's January 6th series. Labyrinth of Cinema Review, Nobuhiko Obayashi's epic statement about the horror of war and the magic of movies. Three-body problem Netflix series adds 12 to cast, including Benedict Wong and 2 Game of Thrones alums. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. U.S. presidents have met with the Pope since 1919. It all started with Woodrow Wilson. New York City's Village Halloween Parade comes back to life, saved by a serious fan. Paid family leave gets slashed as Democrats try to reach consensus on spending plan. Getting dental coverage added to Medicare faces pushback from some dentists. Prisoner gives a Guantanamo court the first account of Central Intelligence Agency abuse. Facebook wants to lean into the metaverse. Here's what it is and how it will work. NAACP urges pro athletes not to sign with Texas teams over voting and abortion laws. Would the U.S. defend Taiwan if China invades? Biden said yes, but it's complicated. A cheap antidepressant is showing promise treating COVID-19 in high-risk adults. Former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo faces a misdemeanor sex charge. The following headlines are from The Week. Democrats' agenda is decimated, and that's okay. Biden is still acting like the senator from Obama. Abolish the Senate. Late-night hosts poke Facebook's metamorphosis, mock Mitt Romney's Halloween choices. NAACP urges pro athletes to avoid signing with Texas teams due to the state's dangerous attacks on freedoms. To surprise groom who is blind, bride wears special tactile wedding dress. The Virginia governor race is now exactly tied after a brutal Fox News poll for Democrat Terry McAuliffe. 70-year-old makes history as oldest woman to climb Yosemite's El Capitan. Top January 6 federal judge slams Department of Justice for treating crime of the century as some petty offense. North Korea isn't using a Kim Jong-un body double, South Korean intelligence says. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Lightweight, flexible lens could be the future of space telescopes. Mechazilla is getting its arms, now it can catch starships. Proposed Centaur mission could catch comets in the act of formation. A Mars colony could be a hydrogen factory, providing propellant for the inner solar system. Early Earth was pummeled 10x more than previously estimated. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, October 29th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Algol is the demon star. Venus at greatest elongation on October 29th. Another astral launch is imminent. A new field guide for hot Jupiters. Cassiopeia and Perseus on October evenings. Halloween is an astronomical holiday. The next news is from Politico. The next coronavirus wave in Europe. EU braces for steel quotas to end trade war with Biden. New Capitol Police document shows how unprepared they were for January 6 riots. The activists outside Joe Manchin's houseboat. Illinois Dems carve up liberal giant Slayers district in new congressional map. Weary Dems keep reliving Infrastructure Week. Trouble ahead for Dems, a barrage of attacks over the economy. The nation's cartoonists on the week in politics. Buffalo, Boston and the progressive run on mayoral elections. Virginia Republicans are fired up, and Trump is on the sidelines. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Melbourne reopens live updates, retailers, cinemas, gyms throw open doors as restrictions ease. Historic school may be first casualty of Brisbane's 2032 Olympic Games. Melbourne shops, gyms and regions reopen. Bondi Junction pub linked to COVID cases at NSW malls delaying freedoms for unvaccinated. Australian spin great Ashley Mallett dies. Warner's resurgence has Australia primed for T20 litmus test against England. Gallery, the best photos from around the world. I felt guilty they weren't getting the help I did. Former jockeys bid to help others. The Sydney Morning Herald photos of the week, October 28, 2021. Sydney businessmen charged to be quizzed over meeting with fugitive Mustafa Balach. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The ratings game, it's transitory. Analysts shake off Apple's earnings disappointment and stay focused on 2022 demand. Kelley Blue Book, the 2022 Land Rover Defender 110, a civilized off-roader. NerdWallet, how to shore up your finances so you're ready for the next natural disaster. Next Avenue, got vinyl? Here are some ways to know if your old records are valuable. Market Snapshot, stock futures point to sharp losses for tech after disappointing Amazon and Apple results. The Moneyest, I've been working for my millionaire friend for 4 years, she's never given me a pay raise. My husband says I should be grateful. Financial crime, bills were tight, husband and wife real estate broker team charged with stealing $300K in commission scam. The kids love it, more people plan to give full-size candy bars to trick-or-treaters this Halloween. Confusion or meme play, metamaterial stock soars after Facebook's name change. Crypto, Ether hits record high at $4,400 as crypto surge continues. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Artificial Intelligence and IP, consultation on copyright and patents legislation, Gov UK. Inventor of the Year Award winners 2021, Ericsson. Sponsored briefing, recent patent highlights in Turkey, legal business. Claims invalid under 101 where inventive concept itself is abstract, intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Fed, Circ, forecast, inventor to fight alleged bias at USPTO, Law 360. Fed, Circ, forecast, USPTO to face inventors bias claims, Law 360. Santec licenses Air Force patent, forges potential R&D agreement, DVIDS. Solid-state Li-ion batteries with inorganic solid electrolytes patent landscape 2021, understand the competitive landscape and IP strategy of key players, PR Newswire. At least one thumbs up for President Biden's Patent and Trademark Office nominee, Federal News Network. Walmart Transportation is first Hall of Fame participating partner, American Journal of Transportation. The next headlines are from Quartz. Amazon and Apple fall short. As India's largest beauty retailer IPOs, its main strength could become its big weakness. The seafarers keeping the supply chain moving aren't getting the vaccines they need. Why Facebook changed its name. American colleges are beginning to recognize caste as a protected class. Silicon Valley has already had a Meta, and it flamed out. Facebook is changing its stock trading symbol to MVRS. Facebook has the Meta handle on Twitter, but not on Instagram. How Facebook is already owning the metaverse. A dispute over beloved in the Virginia governor's race is making Toni Morrison's book a bestseller. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Public records plumb the depths of Illinois law enforcement's accountability black hole. Court case brought by Dairy Queen over Blizzard trademark infringement on Blizzard water begins and is dumb. Clearview is so toxic even other surveillance tech purveyors want nothing to do with it. RFK Jr., abusing the courts to harass pseudonymous blogger for pointing out RFK spoke at German event organized by far-right extremists. Why falsely claiming it's illegal to shout fire in a crowded theater distorts any conversation about online speech. Daily Deal, the 2021 complete all-in-one Adobe Creative Cloud Suite course bundle. Let me rewrite that for you. Washington Post misinforms you about how Facebook weighted emoji reactions. T-Mobile, Dish continue petty squabbles as Sprint merger solution looks shaky. Interpol has been weaponized by governments seeking to hunt down critics and activists. New study indicates recreational screen time for kids makes very little difference. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Amazon stock. Antlers. House of Gucci. Andrew Cuomo. AAPL. AMZN. Mike Trevisano. Mario Party Superstars. Zayn Malik. Cristiano Ronaldo. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. South Korea begins effort to live with COVID-19 as it rolls out first vaccine passport scheme for high-risk venues. Way to go, Chimeve accused of leaning on towel as star suffers scales drama ahead of first fight in 13 months at UFC 267, video. Russia's Gazprom to cover third of global gas consumption growth in 2021. Ohio school board head who penned controversial race and equity resolution resigns before being ousted by state senators. More French boats could be boarded in retaliation for Scottish scallop trawlers' detention, UK warns, as fishing spat escalates. How do American billionaires get away with not paying taxes? RT's Boom Bust finds out. Coercion is not consent. Firefighters and police rally against vaccine mandate outside New York mayor's residence, video. A global oil shortage is inevitable, oilprice.com. 66-year-old German man admits to castrating men on his kitchen table, denies murder charges and tells court procedures were voluntary. Los Angeles airport halts flights, passenger self-evacuate over gun threat incident, videos. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Biden admin and 13 European countries loudly condemn Israel's 3,000 new settler homes in West Bank. Dangerous nonsense or win-win, what to expect from the COP26 Gabfest. Pelosi plans fizzle after Jayapal no sinks Thursday infrastructure vote. Julian Assange, a timeline of events. Demand for LNG is only going to rise. Diesel and petrol cars losing ground in the EU. Migrants riot in French town, attack police and firefighters. Is the establishment hiding mass resistance to vaccine mandates with a Strictober farce? Smashing atoms, the history of uranium and nuclear power. Parents demand California school board president step down after FKU hot mic incident. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. On the bandwagon to Glasgow, climate action in the MENA region. In first, Guantanamo detainee details Central Intelligence Agency torture in court. U.S. returns 250 antiquities to India after probe into stolen art. Tonga reports its first coronavirus case. Strictober can be a turning point for the U.S. labor movement. As U.S. freezes funds, a harsh winter awaits cash-strapped Afghans. Toxic charge, how batteries are poisoning Kinshasa's children. Uganda's Museveni says schools to reopen in January. China's revised climate pledge casts shadow over Glasgow summit. U.S. to pay close to $1 to families separated at border, report. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Terry McAuliffe's daughter gives the middle finger to Glenn Young and signs. House Build Back Better bill includes $600 IRS reporting provision. Biden's Build Back Better bill gives $555 billion in clean energy investments. Loudoun County Sheriff investigating multiple incidents of inappropriate touching in middle school. MSNBC's read, Braves racist tomahawk chop embodiment of Trumpian white privilege. Build Back Better bill supersizes IRS auditing by $78 billion. Energy Ceci Granholm, natural gas prices are high due to supply problems. We're coming off economic downturn due to COVID. Joni Ernst moves to axe unused government programs. House Build Back Better bill offers $12,500 tax rebate for electric vehicles costing up to $74,000. State Department discovers 76 more missing Americans in Afghanistan. The next headlines are from UPI News. Clerk convinced Michigan man to buy jackpot-winning lottery ticket. Watch, alligator found lurking in apartment complex storm drain in Alabama. Watch, buck crashes through Kansas woman's home. Look, mobile home abandoned in the middle of Missouri Road. Police, Halloween decorations on car were a little too scary. 2 albino wallabies escape from sanctuary in England. Italian farmer breaks world record with 2,702-pound pumpkin. Watch, donkey captured after 4 months on the loose in Rhode Island. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 1, Army CIA unit studied the real UFO Blue Book cases. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Michigan high school lets seniors dress in costume for school ID photos, and they are fantastic. Photographer captures the incredible peak of a meteor shower as sparks are seen shooting across the night sky. Almost 500 new Mesoamerican structures discovered by using lasers. Astronomers may have spotted the first known exoplanet in another galaxy. UK's largest vertical farm that uses only sunlight begins first harvest. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, October 29th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas is coming to Oculus Quest 2. Texas nurse sentenced to death for fatally injecting 4 heart patients with air. Surgeon fined for leaving operating room to eat lunch in his car, then falling asleep until later that night and missing the procedure. Romantic encounters between Cuban zoo animals surge during quarantine quiet. Don't be cruel, bar owner seeks return of stolen Elvis bust. Vatican II exorcists, please don't try to cast COVID out of people. Reality TV's absurd new extreme. Does this Godzilla nebula really look like a space lizard? Gave her the D. Suggestive shirts worn by Disney theme park guests have some asking for stricter dress codes. Brian Laundrie, Tana Mwongo spreads conspiracy theory about his death. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Here's why investment in e-bikes is booming. The park's dish is 60, but it's still making major scientific breakthroughs. Here's how Android 12L makes tablets and foldables better. After the Facebook papers, what's next for Meta? NASA wants to control the conversation around the search for ET. Facebook is now called Meta. Loyal as a dog, study shows dogs signal commitment in men's dating profiles. Learn the basics of Google advertising and all the tricks for using it right for just $15. It's the size of an iPhone, but this 1080p HD pocket projector serves up cinema quality pictures. An analysis of what would happen if Elon's proposed tax dollars were spent on public transport. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Technology's impact on worker well-being. Juno peers deep into Jupiter's colorful belts and zones. Unlocking the technology to produce unbreakable screens. How legumes give oxygen to symbiotic bacteria in their roots. Brain monitoring suggests common link between electrical tremors and mental health disorders. Sending up the bat signal on forest use by endangered species. Satellite images show positive impact of conservation efforts for China's coastal wetlands. Warming climate will increase number of harmful algae blooms. Feedback, goal setting improve attention. New species of human ancestor named Homo bedouensis. The next headlines are from Information Week. How AI might make commerce in the future more human. Will you win the battle of the stacks? This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, October 29th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA's Juno, science results offer first 3D view of Jupiter atmosphere. NASA to host briefing on Webb telescope engineering, deployments. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. The Triple Team, are the Jazz deeper this year? Bench puts on another good performance in blowout win versus Houston. Utah Jazz rout the Houston Rockets, as 7 players score in double digits. Ridgeline wins first 4A volleyball title for teammate diagnosed with leukemia. Union takes third straight 3A volleyball title with sweep of Morgan. Man allegedly shoots woman during argument. Salt Lake City fire crews put out blaze of downtown bar. Salt Lake City bidding to host the 2024 Republican National Convention. Utes looking to fix the red zone issues that hampered them against Oregon State. A controversial Black Lives Matter mural is overshadowing crucial issues in Park City's mayoral race, Robert Garrick writes. Mitt Romney switches roles with actor Jason Sudeikis in Ted Lasso Halloween costume. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. U.S. government owes over $100 million for TVA's patent infringement. Sun fires off major solar flare from Earth-facing sunspot. MRI and ultrasound can sneak cancer drugs into the brain. iOS 15.2 beta includes app privacy report and auto call updates. Cover, a modular home builder that's modeled in ways after Tesla, has raised $60 million Series B. Bitcoin back over $60K as El Salvador buys 420 BTC. Leaked photo shows Meta's planned competitor to Apple Watch. Google rolls out tool to help minors delete photos from search. Facebook unceremoniously kills off Oculus brand. Zales.com leaked customer data, just like sister firms Jared & Kay Jewelers did in 2018. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Midtown St. Louis experiences growth in new development projects. Dramatic drone video shows battle firefighters faced at abandoned warehouse. St. Louis sees a dramatic drop in testing kids for lead exposure. Foul weather slows tornado recovery. Illinois ex-controller stole $54 million and returned to the scene of the crime. Mizzou researchers to investigate nursing home care during pandemic. Masks optional starting Friday for Fox C6 school district students. Enterprise Center, St. Louis City buildings vandalized. Slain Pontoon Beach police officer to be buried in private ceremony. Photos, Missouri resort that inspired it show Ozark for sale for $7 These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Saul Zizzo, San Diego native who was first to sign with Loyal, plans to retire. How San Diego County kids can stay safe and have a fabulous Halloween weekend. 11-year-old skater who dreams up new tricks set sights on 2024 Summer Olympics. Carlsbad 6-year-old with brain cancer takes part in COVID vaccine trial. Locks fully reopen after police activity temporarily grounds flights. San Diego leaders consider taxing drivers per mile. Hopes dashed as popular California border pedestrian crossing won't be reopening. kindest, most thoughtful person, neighbors shaken by Hillcrest man's death. Padres hire longtime skipper Bob Melvin as team's next manager. More Shigella cases reported in homeless population, bringing total to 26. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army picks Boeing and General Atomics team to develop new laser weapon. Fails digital radar ready for integration on France's future frigate. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. The Blonde, the Hong Kong TV series that defined a generation. China warns that Taiwan's push for international space presents seismic risks. Genki Forest accidentally loses millions due to price glitch, now it wants the money back. Understanding China's historic changes through informed empathy. China Unbound, the implications of China's expanding influence. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, October 29, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. SFMTA workers demand full restoration of all service. Dine English, inside collar chocolates. Classes, activities cancelled at two Sonoma County high schools following threat. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Dorit Kemsley robbed in home invasion. Push continues to bring WNBA to the East Bay. South Bay lawmaker to propose prop gun ban following Rust shooting. Could California's recall process change? Lawmakers hold first hearing. In-N-Out closes indoor dining in Contra Costa County due to vaccine mandate. Several COVID-19 cases reported at Berkeley High School. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. As the renovated Des Plaines Theater reopens, take a fresh look at it, by the numbers. State legislators send new congressional maps to Pritzker. Japan keeps tourism freeze despite plunge in virus cases. Packers beat Cardinals 24-21 after Murray throws late int. Amid scandal, Quayneville resigns as Florida Panthers coach. Watered-down conscience law approved by Senate amid fierce GOP opposition. Walker, Knicks hang on, deal Bulls first loss 104-103. McCall leads number 24 Coastal Carolina to 35-28 win over Troy. Bill allowing wagers on in-state college sports will head to governor. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. The short list of names for Washington's new hybrid electric ferry is out. Here are the finalists. University of Washington in Seattle named 7th best university in the world in new ranking. Boeing expects to lose $1 billion because of problems with 787 Dreamliner jet. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Malau 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for La Palma in Spain. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Drought is ongoing in South Sudan. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Italy, Serbia. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in China, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, October 29th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Wind slowing down over Houston, not as windy Friday. Citgo Distinguished Scholars, Caden Wong. Citgo Distinguished Scholars, Camila Moita. Citgo Distinguished Scholars, Faridan Abdul Radhamzeh. Citgo Distinguished Scholars, Rain Amar. Citgo Distinguished Scholars, Waliat Raji. Citgo Distinguished Scholars, Jason Lee. Citgo Distinguished Scholars, Natalie Vin. Citgo Distinguished Scholars, Olivia Friend. Citgo Distinguished Scholars, Vivian Hune. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Protesters gather in London ahead of climate summit. Biden announces historic deal, but there's no action yet. European consumer prices hit highest level in over 13 years. G20 leaders to tackle energy prices, other economic woes. Talk, Dutch coalition negotiation sets new record. Greek president to Germany's Merkel, Greece often felt alone. Global shares slip amid signs of optimism on global economy. The latest, G20 summit security brings much of Rome to halt. Japanese parliamentary elections crucial for new PM's rule. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. As NYC COVID vaccine mandate approaches, more than 19,000 first responders remain holdouts. Extra, Facebook detoxifies their brand as Meta prepares to go supersonic. Still no unlimited pass with Omni, but MTA is reviewing options. Misdemeanor forcible touching charges filed against former Governor Andrew Cuomo. Photos, get a close-up look at Brooklyn's first super tall skyscraper. 311 complaints of uncollected trash quadruple after NYC launches new vaccine mandate. An interview with New York Metro Weather, New York City's favorite weather forecasters. Early edition, meet the stylish folks vying for a $1.7 million South Slope duplex. How much do you really know about New York City's bats? Attorney General Letitia James seeks to make history, again, with expected gubernatorial bid. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Any end to this suicidal war? More lethal gases and fewer, weaker sinks. COP26, climate emergency includes threat of nuclear winter. COP26, the heat is on, but climate leadership is off, warns UN report. COP26, the roadmap plotting the way to a historic meeting, or not. COP26, what we know so far, and why it matters, your UN News Guide. Mental Health Strategic Plan for Bangladesh, an overview. Millions missing out on remote learning during emergencies, UNICEF. Countries most at risk, lead the way on climate action. UN expert criticizes boycott of Durban process against racism, calls for action. Billions more needed for UN-backed global collaboration to end pandemic. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Gender X, U.S. issues first passport for people who don't identify as male or female. Marketing executive fired for being white wins $10 million discrimination suit. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Cuomo accused of forcible touching in criminal complaint. Biden announces deal, seeks votes, let's get this done. Facebook rebrands as Meta to emphasize metaverse vision. German on trial for castrating men on his kitchen table. Senator Ted Cruz defends Nazi salutes as form of protest. Judge in Prince Andrew suit says key document can be secret. Animalism, Black Hawk scandal raises culture questions. Colonial art, Cambridge hands over looted bronze to Nigeria. Escapee, 64, sentenced after 29 years on the run in Sydney. California High Court won't hear Brad Pitt divorce appeal. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Biden spins facts on framework. Video spreads bogus claims about plane crashes and COVID-19 vaccines. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Pope Francis and President Joe Biden meet behind closed doors. How a Clinton associate bankrolled the anti-vax underground. Marvel finally made a sex scene in Eternals. It's so bad you'll wish they hadn't. Judge says GOP congressman cannot be left alone with evidence. The Israeli boy who says a green monster told him to kill his entire family. They're heading to America and getting trapped in hell. The Queen's Platinum Jubilee plans just got thrown into confusion. My life is in Joe Manchin's hands, does he care? Hey, Gwyneth Paltrow and Jada Pinkett Smith, you don't know SHT about porn. Progressives may settle for half a loaf, the GOP hates bread. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Matt Olson, Brandon Belt, Cody Bellinger, the Yankees' increasingly risky options to replace Luke Voigt. Joakim Noah thrilled ex-teammates thriving with Knicks. Crook follows 80-year-old man into NYC apartment, robs him in elevator. Hawks Trae Young rips referees after loss to Wizards. Giants Logan Ryan, turf field causing too many injuries. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. How life could change with every uptick in the temperature. New phase of water, known as superionic ice, discovered inside planets. Football players find refuge on gridiron after wildfire. Seville, Spain, to develop heat wave naming system. Newest hockey arena focuses on climate awareness. Governor Larry Hogan on vaccinating kids and President Biden's infrastructure deal. Don't choose extinction, dinosaur shares UN climate message. Scientists believe they've spotted first planet outside the Milky Way. Rare gene mutation increases breast cancer risk. Tornado outbreak leaves trail of destruction in the south. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Want to know about Kyle Rittenhouse as his homicide trial begins in Kenosha. UN calls on dinosaur to rally against use of fossil fuels and fight against climate change. Wife gets life sentence for helping husband plan grisly murders of pregnant other wife, family in Alabama. Man accused of killing brother-in-law over COVID vaccine indicted by Maryland grand juries in 3 murders. Descendant of famed Native American leader Sitting Bull identified using DNA fragment. Stiffest charge sticks for ex-officer who shot Daunte Wright. NAACP urges athletes not to play for Texas teams. Philadelphia pays Walter Wallace Jr.'s family $2.5 million in settlement. Florida sues Biden over contractor vaccine mandate. Former NY Governor Cuomo facing criminal sex charges for forcibly touching staffer. The following headlines are from military.com. Judge applies terrorism enhancement in sentencing Army vet to 9 years in prison. Vice Chairman's retirement leaves hole on Joint Chiefs as Biden delays nominee pick. Army expects fierce, close combat in next war despite advanced tech. Military chaplains weighing religious exemptions ahead of vaccine deadlines. A North Korean spy reveals details of Kim Jong-un's secretive spec ops force. Taiwan defense minister says island must defend itself. Lawyer, U.S. promises over Assange extradition not enough. India tests nuclear-capable missile intentions with China. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. How a Mexican migrant became mayor in Illinois, Trump country. People here just get along. Guaranteed basic income is coming to Chicago with one of the nation's largest programs giving cash directly to residents in need. Illinois legislators send Governor J.B. Pritzker measure to eliminate potential loophole on COVID-19 vaccination mandates. Fourth version of a Democratic drawn congressional map passed by legislators, heads to Pritzker. Heather Mack, Chicago woman convicted in death of mother, whose body was stuffed into suitcase, is freed from Indonesian prison, will be deported back to U.S. Indigent resident burials. Belleville Prairie saved for now as Rockford Airport announces it will revisit expansion plans. New CPS CEO gets $340,000 salary and 5-year contract, faces steep challenges as schools emerge from pandemic setbacks. Elk Grove Village Mayor, defying state mandate, says masks now optional in businesses, public property around town, cites low COVID numbers at local hospital. This made my life complete. Hundreds greet Orthodox Christian patriarch at South Bend Church, part of the spiritual leader's historic visit to the U.S. The following headlines are from phys.org. Low-gravity simulator design offers new avenues for space research and mission training. Scientists join international push to ban harmful fisheries subsidies. For tribes, good fire a key to restoring nature and people. Brazil emissions rose in 2020 despite pandemic, study. Drought to downpour, California weather whiplash is climate change sentinel. Study finds California condors can have virgin births. Researchers develop a new way to control and measure energy levels in a diamond crystal. Researchers set ultra-broadband record with entangled photons. Scientists identify G-exocysin and a carrier for mRNA transfer to stimulate neural differentiation of stem cells. Majority of U.S. hourly workers face unpredictable scheduling and absence of fair workweek law protections. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, October 29th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Here's how anesthesia affects your brain. Best testosterone supplements, 5 top products. Eruption in the Canary Islands is likely its largest in centuries. Why do leaves turn red in autumn? Dancing till death, the mystery behind dancing manias. The dangers of spice and other synthetic cannabinoids. CBG versus CBD, detailed breakdown in best products. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Biden versus Macron, first meetings in submarine dispute. Huawei sales off 32% after U.S. sanctions, smartphone sale. Keep or replace, the fate of the Minneapolis Police Department is in voters' hands. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Word Game, October 29th, 2021. Bridge, October 29th, 2021. Horoscopes, October 29th, 2021. Gabrielle Union, value what you have and want to keep. Ask Amy, my friends would be shattered by what I saw his wife doing. Harriet Cole, if she'll argue about this, she'll argue about anything. Miss Manners, he grabbed my umbrella and I didn't know what to do. Dr. William Solomon, the medical affairs expert disrupting the industry for good. Dear Abby, should I let my kids find the journals that tell the truth about their father? Amid sex assault scandal, Quaynaville resigns as Florida Panthers coach. Sparse crowd watches as Sharks are silenced by Montreal Canadiens. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Sean Patrick Maloney, DCCC chairman, rejects speculation of any plan for New York AG run. Sally Berisha gets Antony Blinken defamation lawsuit accepted in Paris court. Democrats deal Biden another big embarrassment before he leaves for Europe. Democrats refuse to accept Joe Biden's $1.75 trillion compromise framework. NAACP urges pro athletes to avoid signing with Texas teams over abortion voting laws. Global Pro-Life Coalition marks anniversary minus Biden, U.S. Glenn Youngkin leads Terry McAuliffe in Virginia governor's race, new poll shows. Harry Jackson, Thomas Jefferson High School PTA head, resigns. Nancy Pelosi punts on infrastructure vote after far-left Democrats remove goalposts. Mike Pence blasts Terry McAuliffe in Loudoun County, promoting educational freedom. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Jamal Bowman on his first year in Congress. Julian Assange's health is central to upcoming ruling on extradition to the U.S. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, October 29, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 15-year-old seriously wounded in Chicago lawn shooting. Palace Intrigue Episode 191, Hell Week. Q rating never lower, that's ex-Blackhawks coach Joel Quenneville's reality now. Sweat on scene after man barricades himself in apartment on near North Side. Horoscope for Friday, October 29, 2021. From antagonist to Bulls ambassador, celebrating Joakim Noah. Moral qualms no, midwives yes, legislators sent Pritzker bills licensing midwives, barring moral objections to COVID-19 requirements. Marie Newman and Jesus Chuy Garcia thrown in same district in new Democratic Illinois congressional map. Pritzker will be proud to sign repeal of harmful decades-old law requiring parental notification of child's abortion. A rivalry rekindled, Knicks hand Bulls' first loss of season. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Rajinikanth undergoes surgery, recovering well. India services consumption story back on track, what Google search data shows. Actor Punith Rajkumar dies after heart attack. Live, film fraternity mourns Punith Rajkumar's demise. Varun Gandhi demands legal guarantee for MSP. COVID letter, depression and schizophrenia on high-risk list. Yogi government fulfilled 90% of poll promises, Amit Shah. Tennis veteran Leander Paes joins Trinamool Congress. T20 WC Live, Mustafizer removes Evan Lewis early. Amazon sale, 20 gadgets you can buy under Rs $599. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, October 29, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Rams invade NRG Stadium looking to throttle Texans. Things to do, the war and treaty at Toyota Center. Things to do, the best things to eat and drink in Houston this weekend. Midnight Mass, a standout horror series on Netflix. Best bets the week of October 28, November 3, 2021. Astros take down Braves in Game 2, even World Series at 1-1. The path for the Houston Texans to overachieve against 2021 expectations. Things to do, the Hives at White Oak Music Hall. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this fall 2021. The next headlines are about world records making news. Gurpreet Singh lifts 101 kg weight with teeth, to attempt for Guinness Book of World Records, The Tribune India. 1 million trees planted simultaneously in Qatar breaking record, Guinness World Records. Toyota sets world record driving 845 miles without refueling, Thomas Net News. Phuket martial arts instructor sets world record, The Phuket News. World record set by Chepngetich and Nyansable ratified by World Athletics, Ani News. Northwoods Elementary students join Reed for the record world record effort, News 8000.com, WKBT. Quebec driver set Guinness World Record for most steps in one place, Mobile Syrup. Video, BC man establishes world record for spinning football on one finger, Cranbrook townsman. Russian Hulk sets world record hauling 58 tons of trucks and buses, Mooresville Tribune. Italian farmer breaks world record with 2,702-pound pumpkin, UPI News. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. New Squid Game cryptocurrency launches as obvious scam. Supply chain crisis keeps Apple from selling all the products at once, costs company $6 billion. 5-day brain stimulation treatment highly effective against depression, Stanford researchers find. Amazon will spend buckets of billions to minimize impact on shoppers and sellers during the holidays. The Dune Part 2 release date is slightly worrisome for director Denis Villeneuve. Global money laundering watchdog says better regulate cryptocurrency. Locust order to pay $32 million fine, never exist again. Facebook is killing Oculus. A new Antlers clip foreshadows the movie's looming horrors. Republicans slobbered all over themselves to apologize to big oil CEOs. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Sitiki in Swaziland at 113.9 degrees Fahrenheit or 45.5 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 70.78 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 57.1 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Despite huge iPhone sales, Apple misses the mark in Q4 earnings report. FCC defends Starlink approval as Viasat, Dish urge Core to block SpaceX license. COVID trial using antidepressant cut short due to apparent effectiveness. Florida strips federal funding from schools as further punishment for masking. No end in sight for chip shortages, supply chain problems pile up. Scientists recreated classic origin of life experiment and made a new discovery. Facebook who, Zuckerberg announces rebranding as Meta. Climate change is shifting polar bear's Arctic menu, research shows. Intel announces 12th Gen Alder Lake CPUs, our long 14nm nightmare is over. Like pixels to my ears, Asus headset uses mini LEDs to animate ear cups. The following headlines are from Raw Story. U.S. woman convicted in Bali suitcase murder released from prison. Just give us our money, Taliban push to unlock Afghan billions abroad. Manchin's comments reveal he still has a foot planted in the ashes of Ronald Reagan's worldview. Taxing billionaires may sound novel, but the ideas behind it are already frequently used in the tax code. Christian nationalist politician thinks First Amendment protects him from being criticized. This country made him rich, he owes us, Elon Musk blasted for attack on billionaire tax. DC Insider, don't believe corporate America's labor shortage BS. Pro-Trump rioter who declared she was tired of paying taxes to crooks owed $35,000 in back taxes, feds. Texas new Secretary of State says the 2020 election wasn't stolen, but his top priority is auditing its results. Here's the 4 seasons total landscaping documentary trailer you've been waiting for. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. For a decade, Elizabeth Warren waged war against a student debt Goliath. She finally won. Finally, it's your COP26 end of the world playlist. He co-founded the Oath Keepers. Now, he's holding state-approved trainings for law enforcement in Texas. Work is so bad that people are quitting in droves. We should see that as a good thing. Andrew Cuomo has been charged with a misdemeanor sex crime. A private prison company just lost a major battle over $1 per day wages for immigrant workers. We debunk 5 anti-vax myths about kids' COVID-19 vaccines. You are worth more. Kaiser Permanente workers are on the verge of a historic strike. Biden vastly expands protected areas where ICE cannot arrest immigrants. Some bright spots in the global coral catastrophe. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Could we chat with whales? Innovation, Smithsonian. NASA head says he is certain of alien life in the universe, The Independent. Horror films to add some spookiness to anyone's Halloween season, University of Virginia Cavalier Daily. The Science of Aliens, Part 6, Would They Be Religious? Air and Space Magazine. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Aptenics, APTX, gains 0.46% on moderate volume October 28, Equities.com. Prize winner reveals hunger's role in perception and behavior, Uric Alert. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Can we defeat death? Financial Times. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, October 29, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Australia will not officially investigate UFOs. UAP. Head of NASA intertwines alien life and the Nimitz UFO encounters. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, October 29, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.